Hi, welcome to this first module of this transformational coaching course. Today we're covering the topic of transformation and how we, as energetic beings, would be smart to live our lives in line with the universal laws of nature, so that we can not only feel at peace and happy every day, but also unlock our full potential. There are laws which govern the universe, such as the law of gravity. The law of gravity is always consistent. If we fall off a high cliff, we will find ourselves rapidly moving towards the bottom of that cliff. There are more such laws of nature that impact us and our lives, and we will talk about that and some more in this module. Change versus transformation. Transformation is a complete turnaround in order to improve or grow. In this course, we will refer to transformation as the liberation of potential. Change has to do with finding solutions within the existing framework, and you stay within the situation as if it's now. You try to think differently to create an out-of-the-box idea or solution to move forward. Transformation, on the other hand, does not require thinking differently, but it builds on a completely different way of looking at life. It requires a paradigm shift. You step out of the existing framework and look at yourself and the world around you from a completely new perspective. Change happens at the process level, transformation at the system level. So transformation is much more radical than change or behavioral change, and that is already not easy. So transformation is impossible without releasing limiting beliefs or harsh emotions. Letting go is an absolute condition for coming into contact with our infinite potential. Also, to achieve transformation, insight is needed into the larger systems and the wholes that we are part of, the universal laws, the natural laws, and systemic principles. We are energetic beings and we live in an energetic universe. And the more we align ourselves with the energetic laws, the more we can live our potential. Living in flow. There's a universal law of nature that says that you yourself create your own reality. You attract what you resonate on. So thoughts, images, feelings. It's called the law of attraction. You attract what you focus on, and the universe always says yes. As the law of gravity governs the behavior of falling bodies, the law of attraction is a spiritual principle that governs how we bring into existence what we seek in life. The law of attraction states that we magnetize or draw towards ourselves whatever we give our focus or attention to. This is the opposite from living in a state of yearning or chronic wanting. I wish I could. Rather, it is about choosing the experience you want, like I'm grateful for, and allowing the details to work out themselves. Wanting actually only leads to more wanting. And it's a cycle that we can break through. The way we can do this is via the one thing in our lives that we have control over, our inner world, and specifically our thoughts. Because thoughts have a certain frequency, and the more you repeat the thought, the more you resonate at the vibrational frequency of that thought, and the more you attract those things that are also on that frequency, whether they are positive or negative. So if you're focused on what you do not want or what is missing in your life, then that's exactly what you get more of. And another really important thing to be aware of is that we generate inner resistance by taking positions, by judging, and by thinking that life should be different than it is now. And then thoughts and emotions actually become ego. You identified with these judgments and positions, and you think that that is who you are, but it is not. So it's important to eliminate this kind of inner resistance against how things are in the moment, because it separates you from the life stream. And when you manage to do that, life energy can literally flow through you, and you find yourself in a state of flow. Eckhart Tolle says about this, what you fully accept transforms. And what that means is when you truly accept and embrace what there is in the moment, inner resistance lifts, you will feel inner peace, and you will step into flow. Our emotional navigation system. So how can you identify and remove this resistance? You have to start using your emotional state of being as a feedback tool. You can compare it with a navigation system, a GPS system. You indicate where you are now and where you want to go. Then the navigation guides you there. The navigation system provides you with feedback that takes you from the current situation to the desired situation. So when you go the wrong way, you will receive feedback to course correct. And in humans, our emotions operate the same way as a navigation system. This is our guide for the road that we go. We follow the feedback that our emotional system provides us. This feedback gives us information about how we live in accordance with ourselves, with our potential. So our emotions are an expression of our thoughts, consciously but especially unconsciously. And our feelings give us information about our thoughts and whether we positively resonate with the things we think. Negative thoughts, for example, I have more work to do than I can handle, lead to negative emotions, stress and anxiety. There are only two categories of emotions, positive and negative. And when you feel good, what you think is congruent with who you are and what you want. When you feel bad, the thoughts that you have are not congruent with what you want. And your emotions, negative in that last case, are then your feedback system. So just ask yourself whether your current reality expresses life as you wish it to be. What do you want to attract now? And use your feelings as a feedback mechanism. The better you feel, the more in harmony you are with yourself. The worse you feel, the more you are in disharmony. So in short, whatever it is that you want to feel now is a perfect reflection of what you will attract in the short term. You get what you feel now. And the good news is that you can strengthen feelings, both in positive and in a negative way. You decide whether you want to stay in a certain feeling. You are responsible for how you feel, and you can make a different choice at any time by changing your mind, by changing your thoughts. The loop is as follows. Your thoughts influence your feelings. Your feelings influence your actions and your behavior. And your actions and behavior influence your experience. So you do not have control over your experience as a result of the outside world, but you do have control over the thoughts that you decide to think in response to the things that are happening to you. So for example, you decide to think positive thoughts, even if your experience can be seen as negative, then still your ultimate experience will be positive. So the universe basically responds to your inner feelings and manifests that. So everything you are is the result of what you have thought and felt. So in the same way, if you want something and express it in language, but you feel something else about it, then the universe will manifest this incongruity. And also, the stronger the feeling, the more the resonance. So you literally are what you feel. The basic principles for living in flow. 1. You create your reality 100% yourself. 2. Your current reality is a direct result of your thoughts and feelings. 3. You attract what you focus your attention on. 4. To achieve what you want, experience the desired state as if it's already there. It allows you to connect with unknown possibilities. 5. If you want something different than you've created now, then you obviously need to think, feel, and do something different. 6. Your feelings are your emotional guide or navigation system. You are responsible for how you feel. Make sure you feel good. 7. You can only be who you really are by fully accepting who you are. 8. To get what you want, you need to close the emotional gap between current and desired. Accept and embrace what there is right now. 9. Trust that the universe will give you what you've asked for. The expectation that it's already there connects your wish with its manifestation. 10. You already have everything you need in you. That is who you are. Energy and infinite potential. The law of attraction in action. To create your life in line with your dreams and full potential, follow these steps. Step 1. Be thankful. Be grateful in advance for what is already there and what is to come. Pretend you are already living the life of your dreams. Step 2. Ask. Ask for what you really want. Visualize for what you really long for. Make a picture of it, step into it as if it's already there, as if you already have it. Connect with the feeling of joy that you experience and make it stronger. Focus on what you really want. By focusing, you get what you want. You can have and be anything. You already have everything you need in you. That is who you really are. Strong desire for what you want and the belief, knowing for sure that it's there for you, that it's possible, will ensure that your wish will manifest itself in reality. Expectation is the key word for bringing desire into manifestation. Step 3. Answer. The answer is given by the universe. You don't have to do anything for this. Open up to it. Let the universe do its work in complete trust, faith, and surrender. Let the life energy flow through you. Then ask and answer will coincide. Step 4. Receive. Allow yourself to receive. Let it come in. It's important that you fully believe and expect that the universe will give you what you've asked. Real receiving is only possible if you let go of resistance, if you're completely congruent with what you want, if you've solved all of the inner blockages. If there's still blockages in yourself, such as limiting beliefs, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, nobody sees me, and limiting emotions such as fear, sadness, or anger, clear them up. Remove this resistance and use your emotional navigation system to go the right way. Getting clarity on your desires and wishes is not the biggest challenge. The challenge lies in reducing and releasing the resistance within you. Only then is the way clear to manifest who you really are and what you really want. Step 5. Action. No goal can be achieved without action, so get moving. Take the first step. Take on the opportunities that the universe offers you and enjoy the journey. Effortlessness is not no trouble. It is trouble without struggle. It is flow. If you do what is right for you, it will give you energy instead of take energy. Step 6. Release. With full trust, you surrender to the universe. Step 7. Maintenance. Simply maintain a positive emotional state by doing the things that make you feel good. And continue to indicate what you wish for and dream of, and the universe determines how this will manifest itself in the physical world. A way of life. Living from universal laws with full confidence that life will give you what you need to fulfill your calling or mission on earth is more than a step-by-step guide. It's a way of life. The more you experience inner congruence and peace, the easier it becomes to resonate at a higher vibrational frequency and live in line with your potential. And the more often you close the gap between your current and desired emotional state, the more you become one with the real, authentic you. Your emotional inner world gives you feedback about the direction you are moving. You can choose any time for a more appropriate emotion, for an emotional state that brings you closer to your higher self. The power is not in wishing or longing, but in allowing yourself that you are worth what you want, that it brings you closer to your essence. If you no longer care about what others do or think or say, then you can act from your intuition, from knowing for sure that what you want is there for you. You can then release all the obstacles and resistance and surrender to this universal law and attract exactly what you need. The law, it works effortlessly. The be, do, have paradigm. If I could only have a certain thing, enough money, free time, resources, boyfriend, I would do a certain thing, travel, do more fun activities, buy the things I want, etc. And then I would be a certain way, peaceful, calm, happy, etc. Does that sound familiar to you? This is what we call the have, do, be paradigm. When we approach our lives in that way, there's a strong possibility that we only postpone the outcomes that we most want, that we keep ourselves from the happiness that is rightfully ours. By directing your efforts towards the do and the have side of life, the state of being, joy, creativity, freedom, that we seek is always conditional upon what we do or have. Reversing this way of thinking would be better for us and propel us towards having more of what it is that we most want. When we choose to be what we ultimately seek, peaceful, joyous, free, we allow things we want to do and have to flow from that beingness. For example, if we want peace or love, we are far more likely to manifest those realities if we are peaceful or loving. This is the be, do, have paradigm, and it can be powerful and have really powerful consequences on our lives. Neale Donald Walsch puts it this way: most people believe that if they have a thing, more time, money, love, whatever, then they can finally do a thing. Write a book, take up a hobby, go on a vacation, buy a home, undertake a relationship, which will enable them to be a thing, happy, peaceful, content, or in love. In actuality, they are reversing the be, do, have paradigm. And in the universe, havingness does not produce beingness, but the other way around. So first you be the thing called happy or knowing or wise or compassionate or whatever, then you start doing things from this place of beingness. And soon you discover that what you are doing winds up bringing you the things that you've always wanted to have. Guidelines that you can follow so that you can continue to experience more harmony and be more yourself. 1. Observe unbiased and omit judgment. 2. View life from an optimistic side as opposed to positive thinking. 3. Accept the current situation as the basis for taking the next step. 4. Trust in synchronicity and recognize it. 5. Train yourself in an attitude of gratitude. Be grateful for what you already have and will be able to give and receive. 6. Live and choose the highest quality every moment of every day. 7. Treat others like you want to be treated yourself, and above all, treat yourself the way you want others to treat you. Be kind to yourself. Live your own life regardless of what others say or think. Follow your own path and let your emotional life be the indicator on this path. 9. free yourself from wanting to comply or keep control of the world.
And remember, be careful what you wish for, it may come true.
Flow. The flow state is our natural state. Flow is a way of life where you completely surrender to what you do, in which you constantly let go and can therefore effortlessly flow with the stream of life. According to flow researcher Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, this causes spontaneous appearance of pleasure and creativity in life. Flow is a state of no mind, where you constantly let go of the past and the future and let happiness be in the moment. Just take a look at children. They are in flow, in a state of zero resistance against life most of the time. Flow is effortlessness. In other words, if you do what is right for you at the heart level, you will get energy instead of lose energy and become exhausted. Our old survival brains, however, don't like that. They want to stick to the past as a reference. And they also want to control the flow. And that's precisely why this causes stress in our lives and in our system. You cannot control the life stream. You can only manage your response to it. And everyone who carries emotional baggage in life has more difficulty accepting the life energy and the creative inspiration as it comes. And that's a shame. And therefore, learning to let go is extremely valuable and worth investing in. And you cannot do this with the mind. You cannot do it at all. It's something that you can only allow. You need to allow it to happen spontaneous and naturally, just as unconsciously and naturally as breathing. And letting go is something that people can do naturally, but often have forgotten how to do it by the experiences in life. And you can regain the art of letting go by working with your consciousness and your emotional body instead of working with your busy mind. Our limitations or blocks that counteract letting go are present in our emotional body, our subconscious or our feeling mind. It's where our busy survival mind has arisen as a protection mechanism to keep our minds moving and often keep it in turmoil. So flow can be there if we cancel resistance, if we let go, release. And in a state of flow, we are the conductor of life energy. Transformation through loss and suffering. Loss and suffering are our greatest opportunities for growth. And loss and suffering are also two of the biggest tools our soul uses to let us know that we are moving in the wrong direction. As we go through life, our soul tries to pull us in the right direction all the time. And if we choose not to listen, our soul will push us through pain. This is called kensho. For example, when your health breaks down and you find yourself in hospital, and you emerge from it knowing that you should have taken better care of yourself. Or a kensho moment like mine, when my husband suddenly left me for another woman and I went through massive pain and suffering and stress. But I emerged from it with the great wisdom about myself, about my life, and with that I became a better mother, a nicer friend, and a more compassionate girlfriend. I would not have learned what I've learned without pain and suffering. That is one way our soul speaks to us, but there's another way to grow, and that's through satori or insight. Satori or insight is when you live from a place of patience, of self-study, of introspection, or personal growth. Satori is changed through insight in a gentle, beautiful way. So to take control and shift your life in a dramatic way and avoid these kensho moments, just stop struggling and learn to go within. Trust yourself and life and dedicate yourself to make personal growth a part of your daily life.